What up fam, E-Fresh here and I'm back with another new video. Today we are back in the world of Destiny 2. Today's video is going to be on a new Stasis build. That's right, I said Stasis build for you to try out. I know Void 3.0 was out and it was the greatest thing ever and it was nothing but volatile rounds and it was awesome. And now Solo 3.0 is out and I know it's great. You get to heal every 3 seconds and it's explosions of fire everywhere, I understand. But I think you should go back and give Stasis a retry again because it's really good still. And this is a build I haven't really seen anyone talk about, especially using a certain exotic, which I'm going to go over. Now, as you see on my screen now, this is the build that I am currently using. As you see, let me just say this. My Titan looks pretty badass, alright? Just throwing that out there. And you see the helmet I'm using, which I'll explain in a second. But if you know this helmet, it doesn't go well with anything. It took me hours to get this look, and it looks dope as shit. I think it does. Anyway, here is the build I think you should try for Stasis. I'm gonna go over the subclass part first with my fragments. As you see, I am using Whisper of Shards, which anytime I shatter a crystal, it boosts my grenade charge rate. All right. I'm using Whisper of Fissures. Increases the damage and size of the burst of Stasis when you destroy a Stasis crystal. So it's more damage, and it's a bigger burst of that damage. Whisper of Rending. Kinetic weapons do increased damage to Stasis crystals, meaning I'm basically getting crystal grenades, throwing them to the ground, freezing people. I blow them up around groups of enemies. They all explode. It turns into, as you see here, Stasis Shards, which track to my position. And here, Whisper of Chains. While you are near frozen targets or friendly Stasis Crystal, you take reduced damage from targets. All these work together greatly. And another reason why is because look at this. Plus 10 resilience. Plus 10 resilience. Plus 10 intellect. Plus 10 recovery. All these together, awesome. Now for my aspects, I'm using Diamond Lance, meaning every time I destroy a crystal or any frozen enemy, it turns into a Diamond Lance that I can then pick up, throw at another enemy, and freeze that person as well. And the Tectonic Harvest, which shattering a Stasis crystal creates a Stasis Shard. This shard grants melee energy when picking up by you or your allies. Now that's the subclass portion. Now when I go over the rest of this is going to make even more sense as to why you should do this. This is my current loadout build that I'm using for my armor. Now, Precious Scars is the helmet I don't see people talk about at all. Like, at all. Alright? And I know for the most part, I think the one thing people think of is that it's the main perk is when you pick somebody up, it creates an aura, a healing aura around you, right? Like, it basically, when you revive somebody, it grants you an overshield in that aura. But the one thing people don't talk about is this first part. Final blows with weapons with a damage type matching your subclass energy creates a burst of healing around you. Meaning, as you see, I'm using Stasis, I'm using Aegir's Scepter, so when I kill enemies, it creates healing at the same time. I don't see people talk about that whatsoever, and I know with Solar 3.0, you can heal at the drop of a dime, but this also is actually really good as well. So I think you might want to get Precious Scars back out if you're a Titan and give it a try. Now I'm pairing that with Trace Rifle Ammo Finder, Harmonic Siphon, meaning rapid weapon final blows with damage type matching my subclass type creates an orb of power, which will make more sense later. And I'm using high energy fire as well. Now to my gauntlets, I'm using Grenade Kickstart, Fastball, and Elemental Shards. This is another important perk. Stasis Shards count as Stasis Elemental Wells. So your boy is just stacked up with Elemental Wells all the time, and it's amazing. Which is going to even make more sense. Now, to my chest piece, I'm using Trace Rifle Reserves and Fount of Might, which is where the Elemental Shards are going to come into play. So every time I pick up a shard, I also have Fount of Might, which is a damage buff. And that's also going to go along up top with my high energy fire, which again, when I'm killing enemies with my siphon, is dropping orbs, which allows me to be charged with light and take advantage of high energy fire and Fount of Might. On my boots, I'm rocking linear fusion rifle because, you know, Stormbreaker, I think that's what it's called. Recuperation and elemental armaments, meaning combatant's weapon final blows with a damage type that matches my subclass, drops the elemental well. It gets like an escalated chance. And finally, we're onto the Titan mark. As you see here, I am using utility kickstart, radiant orbs, and elemental charge. The thing with this is, remember, up on my helmet, I'm using the harmonic siphon, which drops orbs when I kill enemies. Those orbs help me, A, getting me charged with life or high energy fire, and B, when I'm coming down here to my mark again, it helps me with radiant. So anytime I pick up an orb, I get radiant for 10 seconds, which is then also another damage buff. And then finally, we have elemental charge as well, which also helps with me getting charged with light constantly, picking up shards and higher energy fire. So I'm just constantly charged with light. I'm constantly getting radiant orbs, and constantly I'm just surrounding myself with elemental shards, meaning I'll get to take advantage of Phantomite, and I get to take advantage of high energy fire throughout this entire build. I'm telling you right now, this build is fun to use. Is it the greatest build ever? No. But is it fun? Yes. Is it very, very viable? Yes. Is it very viable in Nightfalls? Yes. Do I think you should make sure and build one yourself? Yes. I love this build. I used to love Aegir Scepter. I put it up for a long time because I quit using Stasis for a while. And something just said, you know, let me go back and revisit my Stasis build again. And as you see here, I'm 100 resilience. I'm trying to get this to 100. I'm fairly close. I'm 106 discipline, which I wish I can get down to 100, but the second I drop it to just 1, it gets it to 99, so it's really annoying. Intellect's not that important as it used to be, and strength is whatever, and so is mobility for a Titan. It's not a big deal. But overall, it is a build I think everyone should try if you're a Titan. It's fun to use. You're constantly charged with light. You're constantly using high energy fire. You're constantly using Phantomite, and you're constantly using your radiant orbs because you're radiant, and you're constantly healing yourself due to this helmet, which again, a lot of people aren't talking about this helmet. I'm telling you, you should check it out. I'm just saying, you should really check it out. So I hope you guys enjoyed, man. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that comment section down below. Tell me if you ever tried this build before, and tell me if there's other builds that you think I should talk about, because I'm curious. I want to know some other builds, man. You know, I'm always down to learn. Also, hit that like button as this supports the channel and puts the videos in the algorithm for you to see future videos. And thank you for all subscribing and watching the video, man. I love all y'all. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I'm out.